All right, so let's talk about iris anatomy. I have here is a 3 offspring. 1, 2, 3. This is the mama. This is the mama rhizome. And I have here, so these are supposed to be offspring, but unfortunately, look how soft and rotting it is. This is also another offspring, but it's also rotting. And honestly, I'm glad that I digged this up. The reason why is that these infectious disease here and this here too will actually affect the growth of these 3 rhizomes here that is trying to nurture. And you see how this is? This is the mother rhizome, and it's puking out of oods. So this means that if I don't dig it up and if I don't try to save it, this 3 rhizomes here and perhaps potentially this little guy here who's trying to survive, it's actually going to die, and it also going to affect these 2 here, right here. If you look at it closely, it's already rotting here. It's rotting here as well. So what caused this? It is overwatering, and also look how bad it is. Gross. Yeah, so no good. Number 1, rotting, bad drainage, whatever you like to, overwatering, bad drainage, whatever. It's just the plant is sick. And it's affecting this guy over here. This guy will kill these little offspring, these 2. So what I do is I will cut out the rotting part, cut it off here. I'm gonna put the plant into dormant, which means I'm gonna put it in a bag, and I cannot send this sick rhizome to anybody, so don't worry. I'm not gonna want to bring disease to your garden. But I will trim the leaf, trim the root, trim everything, trim this part, 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 basically trim it off. I'm going to put this in a paper bag, and I am going to let it go into dormant. When it's done going to dormant, a little dry, then I'm gonna soak it overnight in some water. Once I soak it overnight in some water, then I will plant it in a pot, and I will see to it get to back to its natural sources and get healthier again. With this little guy here, I knew that it just broke up from one of these little places. I am going to put this directly in a little pot like so, and this little peep here on the top may grow into a bigger iris for me. I have done this before with the irises that I have saved, and these little guys grow up really big. However, it takes about 3 to 4 years for this little guy to get big enough for it to flower. And this is the offspring that I was referring to. Like, it travels and it gets big, and however, but if you plant it too deep, right, it will suffocate this little bulbs, and it will die. So iris gardening can be tough because you never know what you dig up. I dig up some vomity iris and rotted iris, but at the end of the day, I know how to take care of them. I will revive it, and I will explain how I did it in another video, because I have other irises that I need to dig up. And basically, once I have it all dig up, I will be able to revive them. At the end of the day, growing any type of flowers, plant, fruit, you know, you go through a lot of things, and you just learn over time. And when you learn things over time, you can share it with your friends, family. And this is why I'm doing this, because some people just like, oh my God, I bought this new iris and it never bloomed and it just disappeared. Well, this is probably because we overwater it. This is probably because we buried it too deep and we drowned it. Or it's because bad soil, no amendment or anything like that. So what I learned is what I share. If you have any different tips for me or guides for me, let me know too, because at the end of the day, knowledge is powerful, and sharing the knowledge and making a difference in people's life is it's great. Try it.